I know I kind of look like a 1970s serial killer with these glasses, but I don't care. We're just gonna go with it. Over a year and a half ago, I came up with this video concept where I was going to do a month in review, but my twist on that classic video trope was that I was going to be reviewing the mood boards I had made for the month on Pinterest. It was going to be this long, everlasting, evergreen series on my channel at the end of every single month. And the first video in that series came out August 1st, 2023. And this is the second video in that series. Just in case this is your first video of mine, hi, I'm Wallace Kinney, but you can call me Wallissimo. I am a traditionally published author. My debut novel, A Dark and Secret Magic, came out last October. On this channel, I make videos mainly about writing, also a little bit about travel, but since I have that goal of trying to get 100 videos this year, I am also probably going to start making more lifestyle content and reading vlogs and all sorts of other cozy topics. So if that's of interest to you, feel free to subscribe. And oh my gosh, I've never done this before, have I? Ring the bell to get notified. And with that, let's dive into the Pinterest board review. Oh, wait, I do want to say that this board is a little different than the last board that I made in that like pictures are with like. All of the food I wanted to cook or ended up cooking, all of those pictures should be roughly around the same spot. All the books I read roughly around the same spot, etc., etc. All of that to say, now let's dive in to the Pinterest board. All right, so this is the Pinterest board that I made for myself. I already can tell it's out of order. One of the categories that I had for this month and what I would like to do for these videos are outside of writing, outside of reading, etc., are just lifestyle things that I have really loved about this month, things that I incorporated into my life that make me happy. That very first pin, which you see are some books, some greenery, and the important element of that are the 2 candlesticks. I have started eating my dinners at night and lighting a candle, specifically a candlestick taper in a candlestick holder, very fancy, to kind of act as ritual. I light the candle right before I start dinner and I blow it out as soon as I am finished. And I like it because, I mean, let's be for real, sometimes I'm eating dinner and I'm scrolling on my phone, or maybe I'm reading a book, or even heck, maybe I've got something playing on my TV behind me, but the candle just gives it this extra layer of niceness. I don't know, it feels fancy to me. I enjoy it. I'm gonna keep doing it. That was meant to be reorganized, but I didn't do that. It's fine. The official beginning of the mood board, which was made a month ago, are these 2 posts that say Hello 2025 and a picture of the night sky over mountains with the January calendar. I feel like those are pretty self-explanatory. It was the start of a new year. It was the start of the month. I just wanted posts to indicate that. And then we have a snowy window and some coffee and a computer and a notebook. This was me indicating that I wanted to do a lot of writing this month and that I wanted to do it at coffee shops, and it's gonna be winter and so theoretically it would be snowing. I did a ton of writing this month and a lot of that happened at coffee shops around my town. I'm super proud of how much work I got done this month. I think I got, I mean, if we're doing a real recap, I think I got 36,000 words written this month. And not only that, but I really hammered out basically all the major and medium and most of the minor details of the book I'm working on. There are just 2 C plots, one's more of a B plot, one's a C plot, that still need a little bit of work, and that's okay. I kind of think those are gonna come as I write. So actually for February, I'm gonna be starting a new draft with the book, even though the last draft I wrote was by no means a completed draft. I mean, entire chapters and arcs and things are missing, but I have words from the first act, the second act, and the third act. In fact, I have the entire ending written already, which is completely unlike how I've ever written a book before, so that's been very interesting. All right, the next the next section are kind of travel ideas, things that I knew I was going to be doing or wanted to do. The one that's beachy and sunny was I was going to Florida for a weekend. I have a whole vlog about that, which you can check out. I have a feeling that a lot of this video is just going to be pointing you to different videos I've already made or will be making in the future. Then we have a snowy mountain drive. That was a big part of my January. I went skiing a lot, as you'll see, and a lot of times that required driving on snowy roads on the mountains. A little terrifying, not gonna lie. Did I spin out at one point? No? Anyway, we have two pictures of a dog sled. Yes, you guys. This was not just oh, this would be fun to do. I did this. I went dog sledding this month and it was research for the book and it was so much fun. I did vlog that trip and I'm hoping a video kind of rewind recap of those days up in the mountains doing all that research will be coming out soon, so keep an eye out. This is just an A-frame cabin to indicate that I wanted to stay in an A-frame cabin. I think one of my characters in my next book is going to live in an A-frame cabin in a very similar way that the main character in my last book lived in a cottage in the woods. I was like, what's a cottage but not a cottage? Oh, a cabin. So that's just to indicate that I wanted to do some on-site research for an A-frame cabin, which I did accomplish. The same trip that I did the dog sleds, I stayed in an A-frame cabin and it was beautiful. Okay, here's something I didn't do. I'm just gonna highlight this one for a second. I wanted to go to a hot springs. I'm debating doing a hot spring scene in the new book, and I really wanted to get some on-site research, but I couldn't really find one that was within reasonable driving distance of me. I'm pretty unreasonable when it comes, I feel like I'm very open to driving distances. The A-frame cabin, the dogs and stuff like that, those were 2 hours plus away from me. So like I was committed, but the best hot springs I could see was going to be like a 4-hour drive, one that wasn't going to be super kitschy, touristy, built out. I wanted one that was really natural, kind of off the beaten path, and those kind of seem like they're all deeper into the mountains. This is just a picture of people skiing. I went skiing a lot, and I went skiing with friends a decent amount. So yeah, I accomplished that. More A-frame cabins. It goes right back to what I was talking about, staying in an A-frame cabin. Okay, elderberry syrup. This was something I wanted to cook this month. I did not accomplish it. However, this is a bit of a tangent. This is a little one of the lifestyle things that have improved my life this month. I have started taking these elderberry supplements. It says they support a healthy immune system. It has elderberry juice powder with zinc and vitamins C, D, and E. Supplements are kind of a hot topic, but I really just wanted to have zinc and vitamin D in one supplement because I tend to get vitamin D deficient, and also zinc I feel like is something that I like to take when everybody around me is getting sick and I just kind of want to give myself the best chance of not getting sick. Oh, this picture of broccoli, tofu, and sweet potatoes. So this is such a random thing, but I've been loving cooking for myself for however many years, but one thing I really struggle with is the fact that I live by myself, and if I make these big entrees that are meant to serve a ton of people, I often don't have time or energy to also make side dishes, and so I feel like my individual meals are very unbalanced nutritionally. And so I started purchasing from my grocery store a pre-made thing of broccoli, tofu, and sweet potatoes. And I don't know why, but I felt like it was important to mention because it's been kind of a game changer for me, because I can portion out if I make myself a big dish. Even if it's my dinner for the next 3 to 4 nights, one night I will have broccoli as my side, one night I will have some tofu as my side, one night I will have the sweet potatoes as my side, and so it feels like I'm getting a different side every single time, and so in a weird way it's also tricking my brain to think it's a brand new meal. And I have found that prevents me from getting sick of what I've cooked, as well as helping me get vegetables in. Well, I guess we're talking about this. This is a picture I took. This was a savory bread pudding with asparagus, pesto, cherry tomatoes, and Gruyere cheese that I made from, I was gonna bring the cookbook. I'm currently doing a challenge with Becca C. Smith, Jessica Williamson, and Kate Kavanaugh, where we're all trying to cook our way through a cookbook. And this was the one dish I made from this cookbook this month. I'm really slow. There are over 100 recipes in this cookbook. I've got to pick up the pace. But this was fabulous. I took a terrible picture. I could not get, it just isn't an attractive dish, but it was delicious. It was delicious. Over to the side, this is another lifestyle thing. Right before TikTok got banned, I saw this girly pop saying that every morning when she wakes up, she makes her bed, but in between all the sheets and layers, she sprays a linen spray because it helps make everything feel fresh. And I've started doing this, and I've been using this linen spray, which kind of smells like citronella. Honestly, not gonna lie, I don't think it's for everybody because it has kind of it says Australian eucalyptus, peppermint oil, and rosalina essential oil. I don't know. It smells like mosquito, like a mosquito candle, but I love this. I wash my bedding every 2 weeks, and I have cats, and so I'm very sensitive to the idea that there's an odor, and I feel like this does such a great job of neutralizing odor, and every time I get into bed, they smell so fresh and clean, and I've been loving it. Speaking of fresh and clean, this candle, the Nest Candle Bamboo, that is always the scent that I light in January, and so it had to go on here. That's another little lifestyle thing, is the Nest Bamboo candle. To me, it is the smell of a fresh start. I love it. Another lifestyle thing I've been really enjoying is every morning I make myself a iced London fog latte. Even though it's wintertime, I've just been really enjoying a London fog in the morning, and the way I do it is I have this concentrate that I keep in my refrigerator, and the brand is Rishi Tea and Botanicals. It's their London Fog concentrate. It's so delicious. I mix it with just a little bit of milk to take the edge off and to dilute it because it's concentrate, and it's the perfect drink for me in the morning. I love it. I used to be a chai tea latte girly, but now it's the London Fog. Oh, a little picture for après-ski. Just like I've been skiing a lot, anytime I go skiing with my neighbors, we usually hang out for a little bit after we ski, and they'll get a drink. I'll usually get food of some form, and we just sit and chat. And if there's live music, we enjoy listening to that. This has been my first real true ski season in Colorado. It's the first time I've ever purchased a ski pass, and I can already tell it's absolutely worth it. I have loved going skiing. I love being on the mountains. I love the adrenaline and the exercise and the convivial atmosphere of it. It's brilliant. I love it so much, and I'm so glad that the ski season, we've got at least another 2 months. Oh, here is the cookbook. I don't even need a physical copy because I added it to this list. Dinner in One by Melissa Clark. Jury's out. Of the recipes I've cooked, I've liked 2. I've cooked 4 recipes, and I've only really liked 1, and it was the savory bread pudding from earlier. So jury's still out on whether or not I would recommend this cookbook. Off to the side, we have a little notebook therapy bullet journal. If you saw one of my previous videos about my 25 goals in 2025, I did all of those in that bullet journal. So this was just something I did at the beginning of the month to be like, hey, don't forget about your bullet journal. And I really haven't. I've been keeping up with it, so I'm really proud of that. So at the beginning of the month, realized that I was getting close to my channel being monetized, which was very, very exciting. And I decided to I didn't decide anything. I was just like, oh, I really hope I get monetized this month. And I didn't. I did not get monetized in January. I got monetized on February 1st. So very excited about that. I checked earlier today, and so far I have made 46 cents. So amazing. Also, I had an introduction to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. That is what I'm filming on right now. It's a camera I got a couple of months ago right after my book tour. And I really wanted to spend time this month focusing on how to really use it and learn all the kind of bells and whistles so that way I can take advantage of what a fantastic piece of technology this is. But I just didn't. So that's gonna, we're moving that on to maybe February, we'll see. This is just a picture of my 2 cats that I uploaded because I think they're so cute, and so much of my month has been about them. Editing, this was just a thing of I wanted to get back into video and content creation, which I have been. I took a little bit of time off in late January, but trying to get 100 videos, we gotta really, not pick up the pace, but we can't take too much time off. We really can't. This signature, I have had this on a Pinterest board many a times before because it is always when I put on a Pinterest board trying to manifest that I'm going to sign a contract this month, and I did. In January, I signed the contract for my second book with Alcove Press. Very, very excited about that. Pan-seared flank steak. I have been making flank steak out the wazoo. I would say that it's my biggest purchase at the grocery store every week, and I make it every single week, and then I chop it up just like you see here, and I'll either have a portion of it as a meal, or I'll cook up a whole bunch of rice and have that with the flank steak, and then maybe the broccoli from the broccoli tofu sweet potato triad thing. It's been great. I love flank steak. It is my new favorite cut of meat. And it's like a cheap cut of meat too. That's what's crazy, is that like so many other meat cuts are expensive, and I feel like flank steak is kind of one that's slept on. Then we have a picture of me skiing. I think I match the sky. I think I look really pretty in this picture, which is why I added it to the Pinterest board. Hot chocolate. I don't have any pictures of hot chocolate, but I've definitely been drinking a ton of hot chocolate this month. January is the month for hot chocolate after all. I have this little thing that says someday you're going to be someone's favorite author. For me, the reason I have this is because I'm writing my second book. I've had so many people reach out to me to say how much they loved A Dark and Secret Magic. And so I'm like, can I do it again? It doesn't need to be as good in my mind as Adasm was, but can I write another decent enough book that someone's like, you know what? She's come out with 2 bangers, one right after the other. I'm calling it. She is in my like top 5 or something like that. That's probably way too ambitious, but it's just a little thing I'm doing. It's just a little thing I put to kind of keep me on my toes and keep me going and motivate me to keep writing. Ooh, I really have to pick up the pace because I think I might only have 3 more minutes left of space on this card. Okay, I really was getting into the concept of goblin mode this month, so all these clothes were things I was like, oh, I should make some goblin mode outfits, and then I ended up not doing that. We have another writing by a coffee shop aesthetic thing. I wanted to make cardamom buns this month. I did not make them. That is a recipe I'm researching for the new book. My air conditioner is going off. I'm so sorry about that. It hasn't gone off all day. Of course, you have to go off while I'm filming. But I did eat a lot of cardamom buns this month because there's a coffee shop in my town that makes them very frequently. Also, I ate a ton of French onion soup because I'm trying to develop my own French onion soup recipe. I have not started cooking that. That's a February goal. I wanted to start weightlifting in January. I did not actually do any weightlifting in January, but I got connected with someone who's kind of a personal trainer who's, we're actually having a meeting tomorrow. So that is definitely a goal that I'm working on. This is just a photo of a line a day journal because I have a line a day journal, and it's just a reminder to fill out my line a day every single day, which I think I did all but one day in January. So I'm very proud of that. Mulled wine. I made a lot of mulled wine and I drank a lot of mulled wine in both December and January because that's a recipe that I'm recipe testing. We have a cozy winter scene reading by a window. I've definitely been doing that. Elvis in Clam Bake. This was the movie I watched while I was in Florida. I love this movie. I watch it every single time I go to Florida. More reading by a fire. I did all of this. Oh, what I've been watching this month outside of Clam Bake is Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Now that I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore, this has been my entertainment of choice. It's been highly stressful. I really shouldn't be watching this as a woman who lives alone. Not the best vibe. Okay, and finally, in the next little bit, these are the books. These are the books that I started this month or finished. I'm gonna let you kind of pause and look because I can't talk about each of them. In fact, I'm not going to talk about each of them because I'm going to have a video where I talk about which ones I did finish in January, but you will have to wait for that video to come out to know which ones I finished. And yes, if you saw my own book on there, yes, I read my own book in January. We're going to talk about it. It's fine. Oh my gosh, I just checked my camera time. I have 8 minutes left of recording to do. I don't know why I got so stressed out. Like I only had 30 seconds left. So maybe because I was kind of stressed about the timing on that one, maybe it wasn't as relaxing as I would have liked, but still, let me know your thoughts. What are our thoughts on a video like this? That's my review of my January. That's all my updates, my writing, a reading update tease, I should say, and then just general lifestyle updates. Overall, I would say January was a very successful start to the new year, but as I was reviewing this Pinterest board, I definitely had a lot of reminders that I can't just sleep on a lot of my goals for the year. Even though an entire year feels like a long time, we're already a month into it, and there are several of my 25 goals I haven't even started yet. And a lot of my goals are big goals, and so I can't really afford to just wait or push them off. So I definitely want to not drop the ball on those. Again, let me know if you like the concept of this video, maybe not so much the execution. Again, sorry if it seemed a little bit rushed. If I get decent feedback for it, then maybe this will become a more regular thing, or again, maybe I won't upload another one for another year and a half. We shall see, but until then, go be happy, go be healthy, and go write. Bye.